Pardon? Do I want my vape?
Yeah.
Shit, she's a vapist. My lordy loo. 9. This is episode 9. Definitely not 8. 9. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 9 of 20-somethings. Oh my god, she's nearly at 10. Nearly double figures. Imagine that. Who would have thunk it? Not me. To be honest, I thought I'd probably film about 2 and that would be that. But here we are, 9 episodes later, so let's get to it. The other day, I was on Facebook. Now, I'm very rarely on Facebook. To be honest, I only have it to see, like, the mum beef. Do you know what I mean? Like, the community group chats or whatever they are, where they'll be like, who's run over my cat on Long Road? Or, like, who's set fire to the swings in the park? I find that all really entertaining. But anyway, I was on that, and I saw that somebody in my year at school has had a baby. She isn't the first person to have had a baby in my year group. In fact, I think that she's probably number 6 or 7 minimum. A lot of girls in my year have had a baby, and we're all, 2021. And it really got me thinking how this is probably such a strange age to be at in your 20s, in terms of we're all the same age, but we're all at completely different points of life. Completely different. There are people my age that have got kids, that have got a house and a mortgage and are engaged. There's a couple of people in my year that are engaged, have full-time jobs. And there's some people like me who are just a student, dicking about, filming fucking podcasts, just still being a kid, really. I still live with my mum. My mum cooks me dinners most evenings and does my washing and makes my bed sometimes. Like, really spoils me. I am still very much a babby. I can't imagine having a baby right now. But yeah, it's like a normal age, isn't it? Like, when is that not going to be shocking for me that people my age are having kids? Because surely when I get to like 40, 50, I can't be like, my God, did you hear that Janet is pregnant? Because that's normal. Or maybe not at 50, but you know what I mean. But I think that's always going to be strange. I think it's important to know that anywhere you are on that spectrum is okay. Equally, there's people like my boyfriend, for example, has a full-time job, but still lives with his parents and hasn't got a baby or a marriage or a mortgage or any of that grown-up shit. It leads me to kind of ask the question, though, where do I want to be on this spectrum? Because I have some real difficulties with adult stuff, grown-up things. I am not very good at them. Like, job hunting, house hunting, bills. I actually don't even know bills. I don't know how you would get bills or how you would organise bills or where they come from. How do they know how much water you've used / heat you've used? I just don't, what even company, where do I start? Like, there's so much that I just don't know. My friend Jake, he'll come on the pod at some point, but he was saying to me, he lives in a flat in London, he was like, Ava, oh my God, guess how much my heat bill was this year, month, whatever. And I was like, dunno, like, £100? He was like, £100? Who pays fucking 100 quid for a heat bill? And I was like, I don't know how much they are. It is okay to be anywhere on this spectrum. However, I would like to be a little further up on the adult scale as to where I am now, because I feel like I'm barely even on it. Like, I am still just a child. I think a lot of people have panic with job hunting and house hunting and that kind of stuff. And I've been very lucky to kind of just avoid it. I've had jobs. I've worked since I was about 15 in little part-time hospitality jobs. I've worked, but not in terms of like full-time work. And I think a lot of people have that panic for after graduation of, oh, I've got my degree now. Shit, what do I do in my life? And some people are lucky enough that their degrees offer them a job and they can go straight into one. But like, what if it doesn't? I don't know what happens then. I don't really know what I'm going to do, massively. I have a brief kind of penciled, sketched in plan. Definitely not set in stone, though. Who knows? It's such a cliche, but you know those kids in school that will sit there and be like, I don't need to know about Pythagoras. Tell me how to pay bills. Tell me things that I'm going to use. Do you know what? Low-key fact. Because I got all my GCSEs, I got my A-levels, and I still don't know how to pay a fucking water bill. Do you know what I mean? What's more useful in life? You fucking tell me. However, if I am going to talk about what to do after graduation, so my mate in episode 4, Oscar, he talks about the eureka moment. And I realise I don't think we ever explained what the eureka moment was on that pod. But we described the eureka moment as the moment when you go, oh, this is what I want to do in my life. And he says that he hasn't not had a eureka moment, but he has lots of little ones. And so he gets very confused about what he wants to pursue in. I have had a eureka moment of like, this is absolutely what I want to be doing. I plan to teach, but it has adjusted. I wanted to teach younger kids. I wanted to teach primary school. And now actually I'm kind of more looking into being a uni lecturer.
Okay.
I know. And this is what I was kind of pointing to is it's okay to have a eureka moment and it not be your eureka moment. Or for it to be the moment, but actually it's not entirely accurate and you need to adjust it a little. Or to just not have had one at all. And my advice to that would be only close the doors you think are boring. So I know with the qualifications that I've got in the past that I've taken that I'm never, ever, ever going to be working for NASA. All of those things are okay because I don't want to be any of those things. So I don't feel grief that I've lost out. However, I have a lot of doors still open for me and it can be confusing as to which ones to follow through. But keep them open if you find them interesting. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up walking through a door that you're happy to walk through and you're equipped to walk through. Do you see what I mean? That's an enormous analogy to use and I've probably kind of lost the point from it. But in my mind, it makes sense. It's okay to not really know what you're doing as long as you're enjoying what you're doing. I think that's all that kind of matters. But, you know, everyone has the whole argument, don't they, of money or happiness and happiness. But each to their own. There's people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, you know, working jobs that they've worked for decades and they still don't know what they want to do. Everybody is constantly navigating and you can change your mind at any time. So I feel everyone just needs to take a bit of a fucking little chill pill and just leave as many doors open for yourself as possible. Everything will be fine. Anyway, let's move on. In my guest segment today, I have Miss Aggie Kennedy. Woo woo.
Hello. Oh, hello.
We are going to be talking about magnetic relationships, if that's what you want to call them.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Calm. Right. We'll move on. Let's do that. Let's go quick before we change our minds. Hello.
Hello.
Aggie Kennedy.
I'm here.
She's in the building.
I'm somehow in the building. I accidentally walked into a class earlier. It was actually really embarrassing. I was trying to find the toilets and I just opened the door and there was this drama class going on and I was just like, oh God, no.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, this is on campus, so it's kind of normal.
Yeah.
It was bound to happen.
Perfect.
And I trusted you to your own devices, so it's kind of my own fault. So you're finally on the pod. How are you feeling about being on the pod? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
I'm calm.
Calm.
Yeah, I'm not even nervous. I like our topic.
Yes.
We talk about this quite a lot anyway.
We do.
Yeah.
But before we get into the topic, I always ask my guests to do a little intro.
Okay.
And everyone always panics about the intro. I don't know why. It's not that deep. I literally, you know, like, hi, my name is whatever. This is how old I am. This is what I'm into or what I'm doing right now. And yeah, you go first. People know who I am.
Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Aggie. I am in my third and final year studying law at the University of Leeds. Don't do law. That's my big thing unless you're passionate about it. But I know Ava said in her little segment that she had the eureka moment kind of thing. I've had that. And my plan in the next 5 years, that'll be my last bit to my intro, is to work in media, music and entertainment law, hopefully. So any employers, please give me a job because it's really, really difficult out there and I really can't do it anymore. I can't apply anymore, but please.
To be fair, I doubt any employers watch this, but if you are, yeah, give her a job. And how old are you? Are you old enough to be on 20-somethings?
Oh, I am 20.
Woo woo!
I am a young baby in our year though, aren't I?
Yeah, but you're 20.
I'm 20.
I've now had, I think, is it 3 or 4 guests that aren't even in their 20s yet on 20-somethings, and it's not on.
No, we need more 20-year-olds.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I mean, to be fair, they were all 19, so they're
Still not
approaching
20.
it. It's still not 20,
Still not
is
20.
it? But I'm trying to find excuses for myself. And they're about to go into their 20s, so it's okay.
Hopefully.
In my mind, it's okay. So, also what I tend to do recently, I've just liked the concept recently before we go into our topic, but I think it'll lead quite nicely into our topic, so it works out well, is a little kind of story of like how we met and like first impressions. Do you remember how we met? So many years ago.
Well, we met at the Notre Dame sixth form open day.
Yeah, we did.
And I was with, and you also met Eliza that day as well.
Yeah.
Hi, Eliza. I know you watch it.
Does she?
She
does.
Hi. And I remember, what class we had? Did we have drama? We had the drama kind of taster together, I think.
I honestly don't remember.
Maybe.
That open day is a fever dream. I remember
God.
meeting you, but I don't remember the taster bit.
I have a photo of you with a Kinder Egg. Don't know why.
Okay.
But my first impression of you, chatty, fun. We're going to be friends. And we are still friends, like 4 years later.
Is it 4 years?
Jinx.
Jinx, padlock, no returns, throw away the key. No blacksmith.
It is 4 years.
Wow.
That's so weird.
It is. Is it? Definitely. Is it not? I think we're going on 5, aren't we? Surely.
In summer, it'll be 5.
I can't work out the maths. We started sixth form in 2019.
That's 2 years, and then I've had 2 years uni.
Yeah, and then
go,
the summer it'll be 5. Oh my god,
Yeah.
mental. Half a decade that'll be.
That's insane.
It's insane. Cray.
The time has flown by, honestly.
I'm impressed that you, well, not impressed, but like I'm flattered that your first impressions of me were like, oh, we're gonna be friends.
Oh, 100%.
Because I think I was a little twat when I was 16. Honestly, I was an asshole.
I've met worse people at that time as well. So you were not anywhere close to that. Don't worry.
I had a lot going on, but you know, I've mellowed out a lot now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I remember meeting you, and I was honestly, Aggie, you were my like saving grace because I'd just come out of high school, and high school had been really like shit.
Oh, awful.
So awful, and I left high school pretty much like #no friends.
Same.
Yeah, no, we both had the same kind of
Yeah.
situation. I had like a couple maybe, but neither of them were going to. One of them was, regardless,
Yeah.
whatever. So I kind of was starting the sixth form like on my own, and I honestly just like wanted to find some friends. And I met you on the open day, and you had like a couple of people around you,
Yeah.
and I just clung to you for the whole day pretty much, didn't I?
Well, so I'm still friends with these lovely girls called Eliza and Matilda. Eliza looked around Notre Dame, decided to stay at my old school. Don't know why she did that.
She was worried she wasn't going to pass maths.
That was it, wasn't it? Yeah. And then Matilda had already made the decision to stay at the school I'm not going to name.
Because it's a horrible cunty school.
It doesn't deserve recognition.
Yeah.
For what it's done.
It's a horrible, nasty school.
But yeah, and then turns out I was the only one from my little friend group. My
That
little
went.
2 people.
That committed.
Yeah.
But thank God you did.
Oh God, if I did not, my life would be completely different.
Same.
And it would be worse. I know it would be worse. Like the friends we have right now.
Dog shit.
My life would be awful. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'd be doing. I generally think I wouldn't have gone to uni because I would have been that sad.
Well, we wouldn't have been as friendly as we are.
Oh,
Me and you would be like how me and Eliza are, where like we
Yeah.
message every now and then, and we always want to see each other, but we never get round to seeing each other. Do you know what I mean? That would be
Yeah.
me and you.
Glad it's not.
Yeah, facts. I'm so glad that you came.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you came. What a tune. Absolute banger. Anyway, right. Oh, I knew it was going to happen with you. We're going to be all over the
We
place.
keep talking.
I get so easily distracted with you. So, our fucking topic, right? How long have we been recording for? Probably like 10 minutes.
25 minutes altogether.
That's including my waffling bit at the beginning, though.
Oh, 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10
it's
minutes.
10 minutes.
So, got my little book out. So, okay, obviously, with this whole sixth form experience, this brings us on to our topic of, like, being drawn to people, magnetic relationships. That's such a cringe term for it, but I can't think of what the actual fucking term is called. There must be when you're, like, always drawn to someone, you can't let someone go.
I don't know. Magnetic, I think, is the best word to describe my experience.
So we'll use that. So, like, you are in a relationship.
Regrettably. No, joking. I'm joking. Jacob, I really love you. Please don't take that seriously.
He won't take it seriously. Please don't take that seriously. That is a fucking joke.
Actually, don't.
Anyway, because I'm also friends with Jacob.
Yeah.
So, you met Jacob at the same sixth form that we went to.
Yeah.
He was part of the friend group. You were part of the friend group, and I would quite like you to talk through like your origins. Like, how did you meet? Give us a little like rundown.
Okay, so I'd already been friends with our friendship group, the original, like, kind of a little bit high and low friendship group for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I knew Jacob knew Taya and like Ash.
Yeah.
And then Jacob decided he didn't want to do a subject anymore, so changed to drama.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. That is
really?
He's gonna deny it, but he knows my memory is better than his. I'm looking him dead in the eye now.
Why would you do that, Jacob?
know.
I mean, fair enough, because then he got more time with us.
Yeah.
Because of drama.
And then, basically, so the first day I met Jacob, I thought, who the hell is that in a suit?
Oh my god, I forgot.
Why am I kind of attracted to him?
I forgot. He wore a suit every day, didn't he?
A suit.
And can I just say, our sixth form wasn't like a smartly dressed one where you had to wear office work.
It used to be the year before, but our year they changed it.
Like, you could wear this.
Yeah. And then, kind of, I don't know who gave him my Snapchat. Good old Snapchat. Someone did, because he added me, and then kind of bloomed from there, really.
Slid in.
Kind of didn't actually get into like a proper relationship until uni.
Which is so mad to me, because obviously, so you guys met when you were 16.
Yeah.
And God, what a shit show that was in sixth form. I'm sorry, I have to say it. That was chaotic. And so I had Aisling on the pod, and you were mentioned.
I remember everything you said.
Which I'm glad, because I'm going to ask you about it. So when we were me and Aisling were talking about when we were 16, being in relationships and how difficult that is to navigate, and low-key how glad we are we're not in those relationships anymore, and what we've learned from them. You are still in that relationship, but it's so different now.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wanted to talk about this with you, because you are an example of teen relationships, actually, no matter how much of a fucking shit show it is, that it sometimes can work out.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to ask you, do you remember some of the things that, like, our friends would say to you at the time in sixth form?
I've been trying to think about that. I remember the first party, what you said to me.
I don't even remember. That's why
you
I'm
were
asking.
so angry at me.
Oh my god, no, I do remember. I was so fucking angry with you.
We can talk about it, yeah.
We can talk about it.
So, Aggie, we actually both made some decisions that night.
That was when I met my ex-boyfriend, didn't I? I snogged him and then said, "Who even are you?" and just walked off.
Yeah, and then I was obviously
Riz.
snogging Jacob.
Yeah.
That feels really weird to say
Snogging
in a
Jacob.
mic.
I'm snogging Jacob.
Great. Sorry. Anyway, and then I don't even remember what he said, but
I do.
Stuff was occurring, and
I won't.
he So basically, there was alcohol involved, and then we were all sat in his little annex in his house, and he then just starts. What does he say?
He was really quite nasty to you, but me, Jacob, I don't think you'll get annoyed about this, because I've spoken to you about it. So like we're
talking about it in a good light.
Yeah, because now we're going to say how it ended well.
Yeah.
But at the time, Jacob, alcohol had been involved. And I remember I was sat next to him and you were sat the other side of the room with, like, Ash, maybe?
Because I remember the setting. I don't remember what was said.
So he was saying stuff to you, like, he was being really savage and he was like, I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you even came to this party. No one here even wants you here, kind of thing. And I remember being sat there like, it's your party, mate, and you invited her. You were just snogging her a minute ago. That's not what you mean. But anyway, he was really quite nasty to you. And we went into the bathroom. I went to the bathroom with you. And I sat there with you for hours and 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 hours.
1 hour.
Oh my God, it felt like an eternity. Like, talking you through it and being like, yeah, no, you can't let us speak to you that way. Typical girl shit. Where you're like, strong women. As you should. And then Aggie was like, yeah, no, I got it. Yeah. I'm not gonna let him speak to me like that again. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And she comes out of the bathroom straight into Jacob's arms, literally straight away. And I
remember getting, and literally Ava just looks up because everyone was going to sleep, and you went, Aggie, and I went, what?
Yeah, and you were just like, what? And I remember I turned to Ash and I was like, is that a fucking joke? Is that an actual fucking joke? Why has she done that? I was fuming. I was furious.
I think it's because I actually couldn't remember what he said either. Because I still don't remember.
Yeah, no, it was quite foul.
Yeah.
But obviously...
it's just an example of the magnetic pull in action.
It is. So from the off, normal people, normal situations would have been like, okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
We're here 4 years later, right? And this is just the start. My God, I won't go into it because I'd rather allow you to go into what you're comfortable going into. Because for Aggie's future career as well, we do need to definitely keep this PG.
Please, Lord.
And I will. So, a lot of other stuff happened. It was a very turbulent relationship is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of the time, what I meant to you when I said, like, what did our friends kind of say was like, I know that our friends kind of said a lot of the time, like, to both of you as well, not even just you, like, what are you doing? Why is this still happening?
It was so weird. I couldn't even describe why it was happening. Just my mind was just like, this needs to happen for some weird reason. Obviously, for a good, like, it's worked out for the better. Like, we're very positive now.
You've outlasted everyone.
Yeah, if you said that to us when we were 16,
how funny would that be?
Oh my God, I think we'd be in shock. I think we'd actually be in shock.
I'd be in shock, to be honest. But now, our friends joke about it and we say, like, you guys need to be endgame. You need to get married. We've committed so much time and energy and effort into this relationship.
I'm not going to comment because I'm not jinxing anything.
Right, okay. But you are getting married. You have to.
I'll get married.
Are you engaged or something?
No, I'll get married. I'm just not confirming that it will be to Jacob because I'm not jinxing it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Definitely will get married to you, Jacob. I'm just saying. I thought you were like, I don't want to jinx it because you were actually engaged or something. I was like, oh, shit.
I'd also like to preface that this has not just been 4 years of just Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to just preface by saying there have been other experiences.
And same on Jacob's behalf.
And Jacob has had more experiences, but he's had...
He's still not letting that one go.
We've both had different experiences with different people. From my end, I appreciate what those people gave me. They made me learn something about myself. But stop.
Sorry.
I'm trying to have a nice beer.
I'm not looking at you. Carry on, Aggie.
Anyway, and they've taught me, those different people have taught me other bits, but it has never come close. This is nothing to say to those people because they know that. Never been close to what me and Jacob have. And that is something that I just can't pinpoint.
Could you try to describe what that is that you have?
God, you really put me on the spot now.
Sorry, yeah, I've completely blindsided you with that. But when you said that, I was like, that's really interesting because...
It's not... I
I don't know if that's something I've ever experienced, is what I'm saying.
Because it's not like you know how you have friends in your life that you're like, yep, you are going to be there all my life.
Yeah.
And you can rely on them for anything.
Mm.
I think that is why ours is so magnetic as well, because we did start off as friends.
Yeah.
And for most of the time, we have remained friends. And he is my best mate. No matter what happens, I said to him, no matter what happens, you are still going to be part of my life. You're still going to be my friend. I think that's definitely a factor in everything. But if I could describe it, gosh. It's like,
Because I want to recognize it if it happens to me. Hasn't yet. Doesn't mean that, like, you know, my boyfriend's a fucking asshole or anything like that, but it's definitely not a magnetic one.
It's like if you know they're somewhere, you'll want to be with them. If you know they're doing something, you want to be sat next to them. That's my experience. Like, whenever Jacob, like, especially in sixth form, I wanted to be as close to him as possible. Because I felt like, and my body felt like that was the right thing to do. Like, I felt
physically drawn.
I felt calmer around him in a weird way. I felt less stressed. I think that's also why it was drawn in, because I am a very stressy person, and he does calm me down. And it's like, we are quite opposite sometimes in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
so
massively.
I think that is why we're so physically drawn, because we even each other out and we actually make each other better. Oh no, I'm going really cringe.
It's not cringe. I think it's really sweet.
But that's, I can't like put like an analogy to it. But that's how it feels. Like, he brings out the best in me and dampens the bits that I'm not that happy about.
Yeah.
And he helps me through everything. And I hopefully do the same to him.
And you know what? I will give it to him. He is committed to you.
Yeah.
My actual God. Like, my God.
I know.
The time, the effort, the money, the energy, everything. He's really committed to you.
Like, bear in mind, he came up like to Leeds like 2 weekends ago now.
Yeah.
And that is an £150 train return.
Did he train it?
He trained it.
Oh, yeah, because you don't have anywhere to park, do you?
No, it's like all parking tickets and everything.
Oh.
So he paid that. Then he paid for meals and everything, which I'm so grateful for, because broke uni student. But also,
he does work, by the way. He's not a student as well. He will be.
He will be.
He's going to be.
Paramedic.
I don't know if he wants to come on. But he's welcome to come on if he'd like to.
I've spoken to him about it.
And he does?
He was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, fab. Okay.
He was like, oh, Ava's told me what she wants to speak about.
Have
I'm not going to spoil anything.
You might spoil it for me. I don't remember.
The grief thing.
Oh, fab.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. Yeah.
And he was like, it's a bit weird, but he was like, I guess I'm the best person to talk about it with.
Absolutely.
And I went, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And leading from that, I think that's also why we had such a turbulent time. Not because of the grief, but because we were both hormonal teenagers at the age of 16.
With that on top of it.
With a lot of different factors in each of our lives. Jacob more than me. Way more than me.
He's an incredibly strong man to have dealt with what he dealt with.
Insane. Like, I don't think I could have done anything or dealt with it how he did.
No.
And it's actually inspirational to me in a weird way.
The fact that he's here with us and he's successful and he's doing his bit, is fucking amazing. Like, I'm chuffed for him. And I'm chuffed for you. I'm chuffed for both of you. Genuinely. And that's what I mean when I say, like, you two need to fucking get married, because it is endgame. And I think it's so hard to articulate on a pod. But, like, if you've lived through it, we've lived through with them, it's so weird. Like, it's like ineffable is the word I'm trying to find. Ineffable.
It's like watching your favourite kind of toxic couple on your favourite TV
Ross
show.
and Rachel.
Yeah, we are actually Ross and Rachel.
So, yeah, it's ineffable is what I was trying to say. And I think that's why I understand when you're like, oh, I don't know how to explain it for myself, because I don't even know how to explain it for you. But what I'd like to ask you is, Because obviously you weren't in a relationship in sixth form, were you? But you kind of were.
I had a proper relationship with somebody else,
But not Jacob.
but not Jacob. But there was some elements where it was like, okay, that is very similar to a relationship, but without the label.
So that of what you had very similar to a relationship, let's just call it a relationship, but it wasn't the label, compared to what you have now. Could you articulate that difference? What's changed? What's made it healthy? Because I think a lot of people watching this will be like, oh, I really want to make things work with someone that I feel so drawn to and they're drawn to me, but it's not working and I want it to work. So what's different?
Communication. We didn't really communicate. I think that was very obvious to everyone. It was kind of mixed messages because we didn't actually speak properly. We now speak properly about everything. Fine. Like, this is the best we've ever been as well. Just want to say that. So this is coming from someone who's at the best point from being at the lowest. Also, growing up. You need to take things time. Things do take time. And 16 to 20, you will change multiple times as a person. You will find out what you want.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the night before I left for uni, I think that was when Jacob was like, yeah, I actually want a relationship with this girl.
Which is mental, because normally that's the night where people go, fuck, I need to just let go.
Yeah. Not for us.
Not for you.
But it's communication. It is letting time happen if it needs to happen. And also, if you really feel strongly about this, you speak to your friends as well. Like, actually consider their advice. Look to them for support.
That's interesting, because we all told both of you, like, sack it off. But I'm not
really
saying...
stubborn, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you should have listened to us, and that's not what I mean at all. But I mean, that's interesting, because if you were recommending this to someone else that was in your position, and all of their friends are saying sack it off, but you knew, and Jacob knew...
Because it will confirm for you, if people are saying it, and you think, oh, I don't think that's right, that's going to confirm for you, okay, I'm thinking what is right. So you're not stubborn, you're just knowing what is good for you.
Because we weren't in the relationship with you, were we? We didn't see the bits where it was just both of you together. We didn't see the one-to-one time.
Yeah. Which I think is the bit that
is important.
It's so important. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, we don't know how you feel.
Yeah. I mean, at the point, wasn't feeling too happy.
No, at points. And that's when, as your friends, we kind of tried really hard to support you and make sure that you felt happy and strong and comfortable and just supported, right? Yeah. For both of you. And sometimes, we failed doing that. Sometimes we succeeded, and sometimes we maybe prioritized one of you more than the other, or it was really difficult to balance as a friend group that was friends with both of you. However, it was important to us that that you both felt supported. Yeah. Regardless. And that was where it came from. When we're like, oh, you need to sack it off, you need to leave it. It was probably, well, for me at least, I can't speak for all of our friends, but I'm sure they agree. It came from a place of like, we don't want you to keep hurting.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, I did appreciate everything anyone said. And it was always there. And it wasn't like me thinking, oh, they don't think it's going to work. Blah, blah, blah. It was me going, they actually care. I never took anything any one of our mates said being like, they're trying to ruin it. Blah, blah, blah. No.
Yeah.
It literally just showed me that everyone cared so much. I was so actually grateful. Still stubborn as hell and still completely went against the advice, knowing me.
Well, good job you did.
Yeah. But that is probably what I would say to anyone going through it. Listen to your friends, because they are there to care about you. And if your body doesn't agree with what they're saying, then follow what your body says. Follow your gut. That is a big thing.
And it's interesting because if we had this conversation a year and a half, 2 years ago, I'd have been like, absolutely, yeah, I agree. And I do agree. But let's throw another curveball at you. Let's say, because I'm one of these people.
Yeah.
People have had an experience or experiences that makes them go, I can't trust my gut. I got it wrong.
Okay.
I've got it wrong. I've been, oh my God. My ex
Do we
boyfriend.
want to put an acronym under his name?
We don't say his name. I'll just call him my ex. You can call him.
Oh, thank God, because I really don't want to even mention his name.
Oh, God.
Honestly.
So I'm just going to call him my ex, but I don't name names.
I'm just going to go...
Yeah, fine.
Oh, no, but that's a metaphor. Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh.
I can't do anything. I'm just going to go, ew.
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 Okay, you can call him ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aggie's really not a fan of him.
For reasons that are justified.
Yeah, no, I completely understand your perspective. But obviously we broke up and we continued having sex. For quite a long
time. See, the thing
time.
is, though, Ava kept talking to me when they were still having sex. God, I've said the sex word. And at that point, I couldn't even, contradict what I was doing myself because I was having a very, very similar situation.
Yeah. But
So
yours was right.
But I could see there was something there that I was like, no, this needs to stop. Like,
I knew it needed to stop.
like something is going to occur, and something did occur, where stuff is going to just blow up out of proportion. Sides are going to be.
Imagine if his girlfriend sees this.
I don't care.
God.
I don't care.
I'm sorry, really, genuinely am sorry if his girlfriend does see this because it is
It's
horrendous.
Like, genuinely, this is nothing to do with her. I'm sure she's a lovely girl. This is just my experience with him and your experience with him. And ew.
But do you know what? I've moved on from all of that now. And I do genuinely, hope he's doing well. But at the time, for when we'd split up and we were still having sex, it was very unhealthy. And he was having sex with other women. And,
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
and comparing me to them as well, which was really fun. Super fun.
It was we were in the car once and Ava told me this whole story, like what she just said. And I was just like, what is going on?
And quite savagely as well, where he'd be like, oh, this girl's skinnier than you. This girl has bigger tits than you. This girl can do stuff in bed better than you. And yeah, dude, it was quite intense. It really made me doubt a lot of myself. But I still carried on having sex with him. It was really silly. Really silly. I could look back at it and go that was stupid. And at the time, I knew it was stupid.
Did you think it would be like me and Jacob, where the magnetic pull would bring you back together? Did you
No.
No.
Do you know? This is awful. Do you know genuinely why I carried on doing it? I just missed sex, man. I can't do one night stands.
Yeah, we've had a lot of discussions about how we both can't do them.
Yeah.
And
So
it's just not.
Do you know what? Fine. And it's fine if you're having sex that's mentally healthy, but that wasn't mentally healthy. And this is why I said to you, then what would you say to someone that's had an experience like that and is like, oh, I don't trust my gut anymore? Or would you just not know what to say? Because I don't think I'd know.
If you don't trust your gut anymore, I would genuinely try and have a proper conversation with that person. Because if you don't trust your gut, your head will tell you after that conversation whether things are going right or wrong. And it does take words and talking. If you don't trust your intuition and your gut, talk. Actually talk it through, because the both of you may actually come to a conclusion together that this is not going to work or this will work.
Well, a lot of the time as well, sometimes your intuition can be off, of course, but you do know, know, people do know when something is not right.
Girls more than boys as well. We know.
Yeah.
We know.
I knew when he had slept with somebody else.
Oh, I knew.
I knew the morning I woke. I knew. I woke up on that morning, and I said to my mum, I was like, "He slept with someone else," and she was like, "What?" And then, sure enough, he messaged me and was like, "What have you heard?"
Is this the night that Jacob was actually there?
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah,
was there.
Jacob.
He introduced them.
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. Fucking
Naughty.
little bitch. No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah.
You know, because he told me and I was like, does Ava actually know? And he was like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm not telling her because this is not my, like, and I was like.
He told me. My ex told me.
And I was like, because needs to tell her.
I'll bleep it.
Ew, needs to tell her. But I'm not telling her because he needs to tell her.
Yeah.
The ex needs to tell you.
Yeah.
If it came from me, I genuinely think you would have smashed a table in. At that
I did
point.
anyway.
I genuinely think.
That is genuinely the most psycho I've ever behaved
Understandable.
in my whole life. Like, literally ever. Now I very much pride myself on, like, you know, my calmness and my rationale and handle things with grace. And that's what I try and do. I can't say I did any of that in that situation. When I found out, I collected all of his things into a box. I, like, smashed up his mugs. I put all the, like, pieces into this. I, like, put all his hoodies, all of his, like, everything. I ripped up every birthday card, Christmas card, Valentine's Day card he got me, and I put it in this box. I was wearing a necklace that he got me. I wore it every single day. I lay it on top of this box. I packed his rucksack with his clothes, lay it outside the front door with a note saying, hope she was worth it, locked the door, and blocked him on everything as soon as he came to pick it up. So he came to pick it up. I didn't come outside. I didn't do anything.
She obviously wasn't because it was only one time.
And then I lived in the same building as her the following year, didn't I?
Oh my god, you did as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was all a bit messy.
Did you ever, like, interact?
I never even saw her.
That's good.
Thank God. But, I mean, to be fair, like, I thought it's so funny talking about this because genuinely it feels like ages ago. It was ages ago.
I feel like we were very young.
Yeah.
When all of this happened as well. Very young.
But you know what? Like, it's also very normal for it to happen at that age. Like, we were 19.
People go through worse at that age. Generally.
Yeah. I'm 21 now. I can look back at it. It's not even necessarily an age thing. I also look back at it in the sense of just from learning.
Yeah.
The kind of person I want to be. That's not the kind of person I want to be anymore.
You had one last hurrah, which was
that was
deserving.
my last hurrah. Because I was quite angry in sixth form as a person.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you were really angry.
Did you not notice?
No.
That's the thing. So Aggie was in, you know, a relationship that was quite turbulent. I was just angry with life, and we were quite a chaotic pair, really. It's nice. We've both mellowed into quite calm places in life.
Although when you give us a glass of wine, we will talk for England.
We're talking for England now.
Us with a glass of wine, though. Oh my god! Remember when we went to the restaurant, the French restaurant?
Yes.
And we shared a bottle of wine, and oh my god, that poor couple next to us.
On and on and on and on and on.
Oh my god, the stuff we were talking about as well.
Was it sexual? I imagine so.
I'm not gonna say anything, but just
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've tried to keep it PG on this pod. I mean, sex has come up, but it's only from my perspective. It's not anything to do with your sex life.
No, I think we're
because Aggie's a virgin.
All right.
She's not a virgin. It's okay. I just can't. She can't say anything. This is why I'm making her uncomfortable.
I can't say anything. I can't even confirm or deny those.
Do you know what? To be fair, Aggie,
I don't think anyone else will watch it apart from Jacob
or our mates. Literally, our mates will watch it, and that'll be it.
Cam. He'll comment. That'll be the one time Cam comments.
Cameron.
Yeah, I actually dated Cam, one of Cam's friends.
Oh my god, I always forget about that. Your first ever boyfriend
was Cam's
friend. Cam's coming on the pod. He's coming on the new year. I know. So he'll probably be following you.
We love you, Cam. I love you.
Love you, Cam. Yeah, but yeah. Did I introduce you?
You did.
Sorry about that. I mean, it wasn't a bad experience. It wasn't a good one either. But
oh my god, it was on the sponsored walk.
Fuck off, really?
No, because I saw him on the sponsored walk. And I was like, do you know him? And
oh,
yeah!
Went, yeah! I was like, oh, that's so-and-so from my high school.
So, we're actually good, like, so-and-so.
Yeah, I'll keep him as so-and-so.
And I was like, yeah, I'm quite attracted. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, and I went, oh, don't worry, I'll give you a snap.
Because we were in the good old age of Snapchat for talking to people. We
To
still
be fair,
are,
still are.
really, which is really weird. But
I'd like to outgrow that soon because I think 21 and still being on Snapchat probably sounds a bit pedo-y.
I think by 22, I'm going to be like, it's time.
No more Snapchat.
It's time.
I'd like to be more Instagram than like WhatsApp.
Text as well. I'd like to be a texter.
I like texts.
Because you can voice note as well.
I always really struggle with that word. Texts.
Oh, God. Now you're making me think about it.
Sorry.
We are.
We're going beside the point. I want to ask you, let's get back to the fucking issue at hand.
Let's go.
How/when did you rekindle with Jacob? Because I'm not even sure about this.
Do you want So me and Jacob have now been together for 10 months.
Okay.
This rekindle, I'd say probably started around... Because we were dating for a bit in my first year of uni. Mm-hmm. That ended in May. And then other people had experiences. Great. Wish them the best. Mm-hmm. But I genuinely think we properly rekindled. Like, that's so weird. Because it kind of trickled back to how it was in sixth form a little bit. But like without the toxic, quite frankly, toxic parts.
Yeah.
But the proper rekindle where I was like, okay, I could actually date him again. For me personally, clicked in the middle of October.
When you'd already gone to uni.
I'd already gone to uni and it clicked. I was like, okay, I can actually, because it took me a while to get over what happened. And I needed that time to get over everything. And I think that is the point when I was like, okay, for me, that's when it properly rekindled that romantic kind of side of like, okay, I can see myself spending the rest of my life with this person, because that's the reason I date now. Like, don't want to date just for the sake of it. If I'm going to be in a relationship with someone, it's got to last, and
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and I that whole summer, my head was not in it. My head was like, no relationships, can't do it.
I remember you saying.
Genuinely, I was repulsed by the idea of a relationship.
Yeah, no, he really pined after you that summer and you weren't having it.
Stuff had happened. That's all I'm going to say. Stuff had happened. I wanted to explore my own self, like get to know myself a bit better, but also explore different avenues.
Just have a bit of youth, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had my fun.
Yeah.
I've had it. It was fun. Yeah, and then generally, because I went back to uni late September, so like middle of October, like two and a half weeks in, I think. I was like, okay, now like, let's actually give a think. And I thought, and yeah, and then we became exclusive again in January because it was the 1975 concert that I went to. It was the night after that. That was in January this year.
Okay.
And then I went on holiday with his family. And then the week after, back together.
Yes.
That's like a short and sweet timeline. But it's like, it is difficult because it's never really fully stopped.
But it equally didn't feel like a long time coming. No, God, what am I saying? Equally, it did feel like a long time coming. It didn't feel like it was rushed. Because I remember you called me or you messaged me. And you were like, oh, he's asked me, like, we're, together now, we're together again. And I was like, fucking about time. Like, it didn't feel at all like, oh, God, they've rushed into that. It didn't feel like that.
Because I know that whole summer he was like, yeah, I want to, he's spoken about it. But
he was devoid that whole summer.
Oh, but I was just not in the right headspace after everything.
And equally, there have been times where you were in the right headspace and he wasn't.
Whole of sixth form.
You would have been his girlfriend and he didn't want it.
No.
So, do you know what?
I stayed.
I think it's been fairly mutual for both of you. But I think it's nice that you've had that rekindling and that it was a healthy one.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely a healthy one.
I think as well, we're long distance, if you didn't guess.
But Aggie goes to uni. Did you say Leeds?
Yeah,
I can say Leeds. Cool.
And you know what? It's actually strengthened us.
The fact that you went.
The fact that I went, the fact that it's long distance, because we value everything we spend together more.
Yeah.
We can just lay in bed. I love that now. Like, generally, everything is more valued by me. And by him as well. We literally, every little second is more valued.
Do you think, okay, so let's say if you moved back to Norwich, do you think that you'd lose that element? Or do you think it would remain? Because you know what it's like to not have it.
I think it would remain, given his work schedule, what mine will be in the future. It will be very much like it is now, but we're closer proximity.
Yeah.
It will be very much alike, where we do appreciate those valued moments because we're working so much that we don't get to see each other.
Yeah.
And I think that is what's going to happen. But and I said to him, we've done it. We're basically doing it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm not stressed. I'm loving it. I'm loving life, honestly.
And I think it's really interesting to speak to somebody that, because obviously in my intro segment today I talk about, you know, being in different places in life. And so we're both students, you know, like arguably on paper, like we're at the same point in life.
Yeah.
But to speak to somebody at our age that has a perspective of, you know, I don't want to waste my time. You know, if I'm dating somebody, I want that to be for the long run. I'm not fucking fannying around with people I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
That's kind of rare, like, for our age.
I've never done anything half-assed.
It's really interesting. Yeah. And I that applies to everything with you, though.
Yeah.
Not even just dating. That applies to, like, your work ethic, your education, like...
I will be full in or not at all.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, that is how I am as a person. If I put my full effort in, great, do well, happy. If I don't, I feel worse than if I'm not doing it at all.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's one of the things that is about me, that I'm just like, as well, my course is very, like, my course and the career I've chosen is so demanding to the point where I need stability and I need to have someone there right by my side who I know will be there for the long run and will be there for me no matter how, like I feel, if I feel awful, if I'm doing like 12-hour days, they're going to stick by me because it is just that, like, I do think so far in the future.
It's reasonable to think that.
Yeah. And I just,
Because I think, because you're so clear about what you want your future to be, with dating, that means that you need to be really clear on where they would fit in and if they would fit in. And Jacob would fit in.
Oh, he would.
Whereas, because he's not needy.
Lawyer and the paramedic.
God, your kids are going to be fucking rolling in it. Oh, you don't want kids, do you?
No. I just...
Does he want kids?
That's another thing why we get along so well. We both don't want children.
Why? I want to be Auntie Ava.
It's the giving birth bit.
Adopt.
Foster. When I was tipsy on Saturday night, I went out with my mates. Shock! I actually went out.
I know.
Went out for someone's birthday, and I messaged him when I got back home, and I was like, "Oh, like, I do want a kid with you, but I don't want to give birth to it. Surrogate?"
Yeah.
And he literally screenshotted it and was like, "Aggie, that was so weird." And I went, "Okay, but, like, seriously."
That's a shout.
Yeah.
And me, I've got PGCE, first aid training and paediatric health. Like, I'm fucking babysat, worked in private educated schools. I've done summer camps, planned lessons.
Why are you giving me your CV?
Because I can babysit.
Oh, I was like, what?
Why are you giving me your CV right now?
Like, what's going on?
Because I can be your babysitter. So I'd be the best Auntie Ava ever.
Oh my God. You would be the first person I choose to babysit, though.
I'd be the best.
Honestly. Like,
and your kids would love me.
Oh. You know what? And this is nothing against this person when I say this. I genuinely think if I gave any of my children to Cam, they would end up stuff on the walls.
And you'd pick them up and they'd have a pint in their hand.
Yeah. You know what? They've been to Borough Beyond. They've been to Mantra. And you know what? Cam's just left them in the living room.
honestly,
and he's gone somewhere.
I can see that Cam. Do you know what he would think is absolutely true and he would like commit to?
Yeah.
Is like he'd put like an Oasis album on and put it on repeat, thinking that it's gonna like absorb into this child's mind.
And then it's going to turn into the next Liam Gallagher.
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake, honestly. You know what? He will do that with his child.
Yeah, but not yours.
No. I will not let him do that with my child.
I honestly, please do something about having some sort of child. I need it. I need it, Aggie.
I really don't. I'm not right now.
Not right now.
Not right now. That's
But
I'm not saying.
I need to be an Auntie Ava.
There's other people.
Who?
Or am I just the special one?
Well, you're in the most end-gamey relationship that I know of right now.
True. That is true.
And everyone in our friend group would say that. Like, you need to get married and you need to be endgame. You need to be, like, growing old together and die together. Otherwise, like, I feel like I've been blue-balled.
We've teased you all so long.
Yeah, you've teased us all for years. 4 years.
For long years.
They were 4 long years.
And this is not me saying that just because, like, to be, like, negative. Like, they were long.
They were
long.
Well, they were long because they were so eventful.
Oh, God.
They were so up and down, up and down.
Bear in mind in sixth form, probably me and Jacob were the most eventful.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
now that we've come out and like uni, we weren't the most eventful once like people were going to uni, which I find maddening.
Last summer.
Oh, do you mean
Not the one just gone, the one
2022?
before.
Oh my God.
That you and Jacob were quite chill compared to everyone in that summer.
Mate,
You
we
were the
were
chill ones.
fine. We were fine. That was the summer I was doing my own thing. That's just for context. I was doing my own thing that summer.
But there was Cam and a lady in our group at that point in time that was really
don't
beefy.
even know how to describe that person.
And there was me and my ex at the time, and I think us collectively made a bit of an issue.
And then that was it, really.
But you and Jacob were chill, and you've been chill since.
That was the first time I think that we've just continued it. Like we were just like at that point, like we were just like like mates. Still something there, but we were just like, come on, like.
I'd actually like to ask you about that as well, because obviously,
Yeah.
you know, you've had your periods of time where you've been mates, like genuinely just mates.
Yeah.
How did that feel, like, when you'd see each other and stuff, and it's like, you can't kiss, you can't do anything romantic at all?
It's like seeing an ex, isn't it?
Is that how it feels?
Yeah.
But you're friends with them?
Yeah.
Weird.
Loads of people have mates with their ex, though, aren't they? In our generation, especially.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are like, yeah, no, I'm still friends with. And I'm like, okay, like, genuinely, like,
I'd like to be. I'd like to be that person.
I'd like to have at least some sort of relationship with everyone I've had like an experience with.
Yeah.
Realistically, is that going to happen?
No.
No. But I do like, it is genuinely like just being friends with your ex, and like at moments the past comes back into your head and you miss it. Mm-hmm. Then you're like, no, this is for the best. At this moment in time, this is the best thing for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, did you have any sort of temptation then? Or was it like, was your adamance of like, oh no, this is the best thing for us, did that overwhelm it?
You know what? I'm going to rat Jacob out here and he may get mad at me. So this may be cut out.
Okay.
So it was always kind of Jacob trying to rekindle, and that made temptation really difficult because most of the time I just gave in. But the few and far between times I didn't give in, gosh, I felt like awful. I was like, I should have just given in. Because like I was like, okay, like I actually do want to, but at that point I was like, no, I can't.
But you always said that you felt better about yourself when you didn't. Like, you felt like, well done me, because that was the right choice.
When I didn't give in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But then, like, the next day I'd be like, oh,
but I low-key should have. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I was just like, I should have just, given in.
Okay. Well, I've not really got any more questions because a lot of them kind of blended into one. So is there anything else that you'd like to say before we finish?
I love my boyfriend. Please take everything we've said in a very positive light for
Yeah.
anyone listening. It was just, we've experienced this all as a friend group. It needed to be spoken about at some point. And I feel like if anyone is experiencing this situation, do just listen to everything, because it is not for everyone.
Yeah.
And that is what I will say. We are a rare.
Yeah.
We are very much a rare.
And you're healthy now.
Healthy now. If it gets too much, though, and you're in that situation, leave.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because we never got to a really, really bad point. But just be wary. Do not take something you've heard from a podcast and think, I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah.
No. We're giving you an example, a rare example, is what I'd say. And yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Aggie, for coming on the pod.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too.
And I'll see you lot in the outro.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Episode 9. Finito. Finished. Fini. We're done. I'll see you again next week. Actually, by the time this drops, is it New Year?
It'll literally be the weekend before New Year.
Oh, so have a happy New Year, everybody. I'm filming this before Christmas has even arrived. But happy New Year, and I hope your Christmases were amazing. And Santa gave you all the lovely gifts and presents that you wanted on his sleigh. Bye. Let's just redo all of that. Blah, 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 blah.
It's the elephant.
Ad. Hashtag ad.
Not
Bag for
sponsored. Hashtag gifted. Hashtag save the environment.
Hashtag save the planet, Janet.
That's the gossip.
Heard it here
That
first.
will not be included in the podcast.
No, this will be cut out.
Thank
That's all
you.
good. That's the tea.
That's the tea.
Okay. Fuck, I haven't even clapped. Oh my god. I'm all over the place. Right. Oh my god, it's all over the fucking place. Right. Whew. I literally feel like I'm going to be sick.
Oh my god. Those headphones.
I think
We did a lot of gassing.